like I said, I'm gonna give you some close-ups of this in the next wheel. And I'll send it opti-coat. So, get myself a new sponge. By the way, you have to throw the sponge away afterwards because it won't work. It'll fall apart from the opti-coat. A pair of pliers. Take off the tip. Put the cap, put the tip on. Make sure you can blow through it. There we go, tip is on. Stands up nicely. I always wear a glove. One of the few times I can put a glove on. I don't know, I'm sure this, whatever the chemicals are in this stuff is probably not good to get in your skin. So I glove it up. So this stuff, I mean, I've had this tube, I think it comes with 30 cc's, maybe 20. Yeah, 20 cc's. I've had this forever. I think I've done at least 3 sets of wheels with this. So you just prime the pad, putting some drops on. And with opti-coat, you need to be careful about, you probably don't need to worry about it with these type of wheels, with this type of finish, if you're doing a GT3. But if you're doing a clear coated set of wheels, you need to make sure that you just kind of, we talked about how hard it is with high spots, low spots. Well, because you can't fix it. You'd have to polish it back out. But just kind of rub it around and you really can't mess it up. I was always nervous about that. Felt like I needed to be a professional to put this on. I bought it and tried it, and it's pretty freaking simple. Just keep track of where you're, so I'm putting, I don't know, 2 or 3 drops on each time I feel like I need some more. So keep track of where you started. So I started right here. Probably should have worked off of the wheel weight. Rotate the tire. And you can see that if there are spots that need to be sort of re-wiped out. So again, this isn't rocket science, it's really not that difficult. Just trying to make sure I don't miss any spots. And then following back up over the spots that I finished to even out the layer. Sorry, I still have a bit of this cold going on. You cannot layer this. You only get one shot. But it's not like wax where a little bit later I'm going to put some more on. It will not bond to itself. You can't let it sit, let it dry, and then do it again. Just to make myself feel better, I'm going to do the back side, the spokes. Just put 4 drops on. So this does change the shade of the wheel a tiny bit darker, just like it did on the Carrera S. Whoa. Even out any high spots, done. So I'm going to flip the wheel over, look at the front. See if I can get you a little better angle here. It's kind of pointless to keep you where you're at. Okay, let's get the top of the wheel done. A few drops. And remember where you started. Probably smart to start over by the valve stem, but worst case scenario, overcompensate. A little water here. Do a section twice. To really work it into the crevices, because that's where the dirt builds up anyway. So concentrate on that. Notice I'm not putting tons of this stuff. You only need a little bit. It's really almost hard to see what you've done. Especially on clear coat. In this finish, it is still hard to see the spots that I've hit. So overcompensate. Try to make sure you hit the whole thing. I'm sure someone will yell at me as they watch this video with a microscope trying to find a spot that I missed so that way they could send me a message and show me how smart they are. Well, guess what? I don't care. You can yell and scream all you want. The only person you're making angry is yourself. Doesn't bother me any. If you're going to put yourself on YouTube, you need to be willing to listen to people tell you you're doing it all wrong. By the way, no one taught me how to do this. I just started doing it. So I don't even know if this is right. To be honest, I don't really care as long as my wheels stay in decent shape. But I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. I like taking the wheels off, that way I can get the whole thing cleaned properly and done. So there you have it. So I'll let it sit for just a few minutes. This opti-coat seems to do a good job. You know, it dries off real quickly. Plus, since I really don't need to touch the wheel to put it back on, I can just hold the tire. The only thing I want to do is hit it with a coat of oh yeah, I got plenty. Hit it with a coat of copper pearl. So I'll let that sit for just a few minutes. 5, maybe 10 minutes. And then I won't drive the car for a day or so. I've got to re-grease, wipe the water off. Looks a little bit, just a tiny shade darker. This is a much more of a satin finish than the sort of almost matte finish of the Carrera S Platinum Satin. So this is a different, a little shinier finish, and maybe that's why it's chipping. I don't want to touch this and put fingerprints on it, but looks good. Now I feel good about the fact that the barrels are treated and the exterior is treated. So I've basically created an extra layer of clear coat on top of the satin paint, and hopefully it protects it a little better, and then just ultimately beads water a little bit better. Hope that makes sense. A little photo op here. it beat you, buddy. Where you going? Got a balloon popping bonanza. Don't let it beat you. You can do it. He's already been tangled up. You gotta sit on it, right?
No, let me go get something inside that'll pop it.
What do you want? Scissors?
No, my boots.
Oh, okay. Yeah, put those on. That'll definitely work. You can do it, buddy. Think you can handle it?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You gotta get strong. Don't let it beat you.
Oh.
Do it. Oh. Come on, bro. You can do it. You gotta stomp on it.
Okay.
Oh, that's not gonna work. Hey, sit on it. There you go. That's smart. Nicely done, sir. Nicely done. Okay, time to put the wheel back on. Sorry, my voice is jacked up. So, got my optimal grease, paste, wax, or whatever you want to call it. Put in a little layer on the side of the wheel well, because I wiped most of it off. It's supposed to be a nice, even layer. Put those back.
Why are the water in that?
Because I was washing the wheels. You know, when I always do the detailing of the wheels. You know what I'm talking about?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about? Detailing the wheels?
Yeah.
So you put a nice thin, even layer of grease on the inside here. I know the threads are probably good, but just to be safe, oops. Right. Making a giant mess. That's why I brought a big towel. Threads feel good. Start replacing the stuff that has come out. You put my Darren wheel guide back on. I actually haven't put the Car Pro Pearl on the. Haven't put it on the tires yet. Okay, guide's on. Take the glove off. So that I don't have to use 15 pairs of gloves, I'll probably just reuse this one. Although, get a little cheap on you here. Put the wheel back on, and the paste out of the way. Well, I do need to add a little bit to the center lock. To the nut or bolt or whatever that is. Nice and gentle. Just me. And we're on. What's going on? You got it? You cut it off?
No. Make them a real balloon. Make a real balloon. Dad, cut it off.
How much we're using the glove? I'm gonna put it back on for this. This is unbelievably easy. Oh no, granted I haven't put it back on yet, but I better keep my mouth shut. This is really not complicated. said, I better keep my mouth shut before I'm done. Make sure that this rubber grommet gasket doesn't make sure the gasket doesn't get pinched. I'm sure this would be a little bit more complicated if I were at the track trying to do this under duress or something, but for me, this seems like a 2 out of 10 on the. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Got the torque wrench set up. Make sure I can put this thing back on so I don't have to trailer it. Got the torque wrench set to right around 443. That's what you're supposed to do. Let's get it on the wheel. Alright, that's annoying. Forget if you're supposed to press down or pull up, but okay, baby? Alright, so now I'm supposed to back it off a quarter turn. He's here. Checking this out. Supervising. She said everything looks good. Yeah, he's got the cold that I had, apparently. Let's keep it running. I'm almost out of memory card space. Go. I'm going to back it off about 90 degrees. There's the 90, roughly. Hold this on. Put the torque back on. Sensing section.
What if you didn't help me? I would not. I would throw my bike on the door.
It's a little pin. There we go. Let's put some copper pearl on the tire, and we got one done. You don't need a lot of this stuff.
Watch.
What?
Watch, Mama. Watch. Watch this. Mommy, watch. 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 Watch the balloon.
You're
Oh,
going.
that's a cheating way to pop it.
Dialed in.
Oh, good job.
Let me wipe this off.
Are you watching you?
Yeah, baby supervising. And that is my official first unscripted, not practiced center lock wheel removal, and I survived. Not bad. Okay, got the clamp set up. Took me about 10 minutes to figure that thing out. The Clamps in there. Assuming you can see that. Center cap off. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, right? Let's turn a little bit. There we go. Not bad. The wheel didn't want to turn a tiny bit, but nothing you can't handle. Obviously be careful about smacking the front bumper. That's an extra wax. Pads still look good. I brake like a sissy anyway, so this pad will probably last forever. Make sure that stays on. Put my wheel guide tool. This is really uneventful. I thought this was going to be much more difficult. I'm not complaining, but dang, these things are light. All right, wheels removed. You know, one question. I mean, these are coilovers. This is the first time I've ever seen. I mean, theoretically, I guess I could change the ride height on my own, couldn't I? They're tiny little springs. Not that I'd want to mess with the car, but mess with the way it handles. But if I wanted to, I mean, I could just lower this. I could lower it another, probably 1/4 of an inch. Inspecting, everything looks good. All the bolts look good. Ceramic brakes. Pads. Everything looks great. Wheel back to center. Awesome. Okay, let's get this wheel dialed in.